While we're loading back in and redoing our bands, which Pokemon game is the best Pokemon game?
Honestly, I'm gonna say any.
Any?
I believe Black and White are the only ones where it felt like, okay, like they're definitely repeating a formula every single time. But I feel like Black and White and maybe Black and White 2 are the only ones where it was like, it felt like this is just a straight rehash of everything. Every other game seemed to have something they were attempting that was just unique, and it may have just been unique to anyone who is like very versed in the series. But as someone who's played all but Sun and Moon all the way through, I would say Black and White was the only one where I felt like, why are we just doing the same thing again?
Yeah, I'm also still working my way through, I believe Sun, very slowly, but definitely a really good game.
Yeah.
Crystal is the best.
Crystal's pretty solid.
Crystal.
Oh, Crystal.
My
Yeah,
personal
Crystal.
favorite, I want to be honest, my favorite's Ruby.
Ooh.
I know it's a controversial selection, but it's the one, I don't know, it's just, I love Hoenn.
I think I spent the most time on Sapphire, so I can see where you're coming from there.
I think mine was probably Pearl and Diamond. I
And
spent the most
Wilby
time on.
Tristana picked up the
And
thing here.
immediate Nami pickup for ban from Dota. And Nami pick is a takeaway from Han.
Yeah, I'd say more so a takeaway from Han because you could also imagine the Janna going down bot with Tristana or another Ardent Sensor user like Sona.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Ban from Dota plays on this Nami. When most of the time he's used to playing maybe tank jungle or tank supports, and he performed really spectacularly on that Braum last game. So it's gonna be a different mindset here to be swapping between Braum and then now going to an Ardent Sensor support.
And they are taking away Corgis, definitely pinching. So the only difference for AD Cuties this time is the Corgi pickup for Cavendish.
Yeah, I expect to see maybe a Galio or a Syndra here. A Syndra would probably have a better time leaning against the Corki, but a Galio for that protection for the Hyper Carry Tristana. Oh, and they will pick up the Ornn for the top lane matchup, repeating that Garen versus Ornn from last game, which went pretty well for them.
Oh yeah, so let's see what happens here. Do they pinch Vertibrae's pool yet again?
Yep, expected the Cog ban.
Yeah, expecting maybe a Twitch for the other ban from Vertibrae and the Boners here.
Yeah, what does that leave them with? Ash?
Maybe the Vayne,
Yes.
depending if King Goldchains is confident. He did play it in the last quarterfinal match.
There's Orianna taken away from Vertibrae.
I think Twitch would be the safer bet, yeah.
Yeah, Twitch definitely the next hyper carry in the list here.
So who is left? There's Ash, there's Varus. What are we expecting from bot lane?
Vayne is up as well, but Vayne would be a pretty weak pick into Tristana. Especially Tristana Nami could really, really push out of Vayne.
I'm actually expecting the Vayne just for comfort for King Goldchains,
for this
but
one.
probably not the best pick in this case.
All right, Xerath. So what does Vertibrae turn to?
Probably Ziggs here, I would assume.
Yeah, Ziggs would definitely be a good pick. Oh, the Nunu from Blazing here.
Coming from Blazing Hot. So we are putting everything into Cygnus.
Oh, I forgot about Sivir. Sivir
Oh,
buffs.
Sivir.
Mmm.
Yeah, the Sivir ult going to be great for Kayn and Garen
And
to
Karma
get to that back line.
for Han.
Sivir Karma.
Picking straight down out of AD Cuties. Zillion. Everything into the Cygnus 2-1-1-2 basket with this pick if they go through.
Which honestly, after last game, would not be a bad strategy.
Ziggs as well definitely fits into Vertibrae's preferred style. It is Ziggs. Alrighty, we choose our loadouts for 55 seconds and then we, plebs, have to wait a full 3 minutes.
I like the Ziggs pickup here, able to shove waves as hard as Corki and also matches roam with the Ziggs ultimate. So pretty good pickup here from Vertibrae to match that roam.
Whew. Alrighty. So, here's the one thing I don't like. How do we keep this hype, this energy, this excitement up over the next 3 minutes? Is we get ready for our next game. Both teams battling at each other, at each other's throats, neck and neck, to get into the semifinals.
I will tell you how we keep up the excitement, and that is with our bold predictions.
You are absolutely correct. I like it. He's learning the ways. LP Mage Man, give me yours now.
I am expecting a very, very strong tower push in the mid lane, bringing in the Ziggs and the Tristana somewhere in the early game. Going to be able to rip down towers, so I'm expecting them to move those two champions into the mid lane, maybe grab the Rift Herald at some point with the Nunu as well, and kind of push down for 1, maybe even 2 mid lane towers.
That's just a prediction. That's not a bold prediction.
Okay, let me make it bold for you.
Right,
I'm expecting them to push to inhib before losing a single tower.
Who?
Vertibrae and the Boners.
Alrighty. That is a bold prediction.
I would definitely I mean, that's pretty close to a prediction at this point. With Vertibrae's team comp, Ziggs and Tristana just really, just literally blowing out towers with explosives this whole game. That is going to be their win condition the whole time with the new objective control. So my bold prediction is going to be a Ziggs ult pentakill, insta pentakill.
Ooh, that is very bold. All right, Syracuse, let's hear it.
How about that?
My prediction is that Tiny. No, let me get. See. You guys don't prep. You don't truly think about your predictions as much as you should.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right.
Before you keep trash talking us.
Can you fix the letters on the stream too?
Who's on the stream?
The letters on the stream.
What's wrong with my letters on the stream? Oh my goodness, they are monkey tier. Holy moly.
Oh wow, we are monkeying around.
So my bold prediction is that Karma gets a triple kill on a dive. As she counters a dive. She's gonna hit the fat Montracue.
The fattest Montracue the world has seen.
I like it. I will be right back momentarily.
All right.
Holy moly. Being trolled by the owner of the server himself.
He said he does not care about the quarterfinal game. He only tunes in for the finals, and he will not be back until next week.
Wow. Rough Boys.
Nyquil himself on Team Bamboozle, along with Syracuse here. They're fall.
Hey, I am one of the original founding members of Bamboozle. I can boot Nyquil any moment, if I so please.
Is he not a founding member?
No, it was Jake and me, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nyquil just swooped in and took over the entire server.
You know, I'm actually the reason Nyquil is on our squad, but this is not about Bamboozle. This is about Vertibrae and the Boners and AD Cuties in their epic battle for semis. Going into game 2, once again, I'm Syracuse. To my left is the magnificent LP Mage Man. I really went for that one. And to my right is... Oh, man. What to say about him?
You take him when you're sick? You take him when you need sleep?
The omnipresent, the effervescent, the demigod figure formerly known as Nyquil, ex-Nyquil.
His fall from grace can be seen live on stream in the finals.
Oh.
Alright, I'm back.
He said your fall from grace is going to happen in the finals, Nyquil.
I did. I called you out.
And who is gonna take my throne from me?
It will be Vertibrae and his many, many, many boners.
Many boners. Honestly, I would be okay losing to a boner.
That is true.
Okay, so here we are, loaded into game number 2, and we have a pause for Kenny, the Ken guy, that Ken guy. I like it. Once again, going Relic Shield for King Gold Chains, though.
Okay, looks like Kenny is now loaded in, and we are going to resume in 4 more seconds.
Guys, I'm out of margarita.
Ooh, I thought that was water.
Lies.
Oh man, and I could have, in all this time, I could have gone downstairs and got me a vodka sour.
All right, Cavendish not buying items or moving. Okay, here he goes.
Yeah, so here we are. Oh, Tiny Tally, Vertibrae, the Chubb, bouncing bomb.
Quite the chub.
Alright, pings are going out. Line of vision has been placed for Vertebrae and the boners.
We do see King Goldchain switching back to that standard heal. Aside from that cleanse he took last game,
He does.
Han back on the exhaust.
He does have Relic Shield.
Yeah, so that's a little less standard. Something that we've been seeing every now and then.
The Korean special with the
The Kramer special. And I remember in those games, Papa Smithy himself saying, unless you are Kramer or are comparable to Kramer, do not do this.
And it looks like King Goldchains did not tune in for that broadcast.
Actually, King Goldchains is comparable to Kramer, you know? I believe in him, Sivir.
All right, well, here we go. We have Vertebrae meeting up with Cavendish in the mid lane. A red buff start for Nunu. Kenny knows he should expect the Nunu invade, even though he does have things warded out. And Blazing Hot is moving that way. We're going to probably have our first encounter at this blue buff. Kenny at the Wolves already, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on this. Here comes Nunu. TPA Nunu takes a quick chomp out of blue. Pinged out immediately, does not know that it is warded. King comes in. Blazen's, he's just out of there. But Tiny Tally wants a piece of this. He's going to get red buff procced on him. Moon walks away, and there we go. Pretty typical Nunu start.
Good collapse, though. From
Gonna delay Kenny on this blue buff, resetting actually, so in the end, not too bad for Blazing Hot's time.
Alright, so looking at the bot lane. Is Karma stealing CS from Sivir as per usual?
Also knowing that Blazing's blue buff is still safe, so
Yeah.
could still go down there and get that as well.
Yep. Oh, the Mantra Q does land it with the extended trade from King Goldchains. Ban from Dota will be able to heal this up, but it's going to take a lot of time and mana. Nunu is now electing into a full clear, so is Kenny, though he avoids Gromp. Ooh, Cavendish taking poke off the bouncing bombs. Kenny's looking... No, he is not. He's heading down bot lane. As this Tristana is getting pushed in by Karma Sivir.
To be expected, Sivir's wave clear is much more potent than Tristana's, even though Tristana does naturally push the wave, not necessarily naturally clears the wave like Sivir does.
Well, Kenny is looking mid. Let's see, he's spending a lot of time here, about 15 seconds already. Does he pull the trigger? He's looking for Vertebrae to push up. Vertebrae is hovering on the top side. That's the side he has warded. Playing very safe, not moving much past the mid lane. Oh, there it is. Here's the moment. Kenny strikes. Cavendish walks in, and Vertebrae uses his satchel to get out. Kenny takes a tower shot, and well, that's that.
Yeah, all in all, not too bad there for Vertebrae. Able to use his W, get out of that one with the satchel charge.
Wow, Karma taking her Sivir CS. Tisk tisk. Has nothing to do with the Relic Shield, am I right, guys?
Nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
Alright, so here we go. Poke coming in. Cavendish now winning these trades after that gank, though. Forcing Vertebrae to pop some biscuits.
Yeah, with all the time Kane spent mid, he's down about 5 to 6 CS, which is actually quite a bit in the jungle. It could be 1 or 2 camps.
Well, that's not anymore.
No
as
longer,
he's going to
because
catch
he's got
up with
Krugs.
his Krug take. And Nunu looking at the bot lane. He's not spotted out by Kane. There's the snowball. Oh, baby, that Nunu gank. Intense stuff. Walks in, snowballs, and walks out.
Just giving that little pressure, that love tap, say, hey, don't forget I'm still here.
Nyquil, you've never played a game where I've played Nunu before, have you?
No,
I will have to give you that experience sometime.
never let you draft Nunu.
Syracuse is actually quite exceptional on Nunu.
Thank you, LP
I
Major.
don't believe you.
I don't believe you either. Nyquil knows a bit more about my playstyle than you that, but Tiny Tally getting a bit of the back end of this trade, but level 98 Geodude is out of mana. No PP points for any of his abilities left over right now.
Excellent reference.
Alright, so here we go, continuing the trading, the Nami W, Nami E, I mean. Vertibrae is at half health. Geodude taking his fights. Maybe, oh, he is level 6. Does he have the mana for the ult? He might go for the smite. Does not. Elects to go away as we look again at bot as Han and Nami are trading autos along with Cygnus 2112. Blazing Hots poking around. There's Kenny we see on the scuttle. Blazing Hots senses something's about. Just walks on in, pops the plant, sees that scuttle was just taken, pings out Kenny. Meanwhile, we see Kenny taking his own proactive move, going for the Vision Turkeys. Pops the Vision plants. Yes, he does. Doesn't go for the turkeys. Blazing Hot getting the vision here. We're about to see them walk into each other. Blazing Hot just walks right past him into the mid lane, going onto this manaless Cavendish, but there's Kenny. Does have flash available. Will he need it? He might. Take some quick munch on a minion. Does get out. And that's Nunu for you. In the bot lane, more trading going on as Han gets taken down to half health. Oh, misses.
Yeah, pretty even CS across the lanes once Tristana catches up on these last few minions. So no clear advantages yet.
Yep. Though there is a 600 gold lead for AD Cuties. Where is that coming from? Because Ancient Coin's only gotten 100 in the lead. And Relic Shield's gotten 200. It's coming primarily just like a couple hundred in top, support, and AD, it appears.
Yeah, a couple of small advantages built up.
All right, and there's the first back out of King Goldchains. He'll probably come back with the BF sword, I'm assuming. With that money. Someone who plays AD.
I believe Sivir goes... Does she still go Essence Reaver?
Is there a question?
I do not play AD.
Oh my goodness. So Sivir does get the BF, so Tristana will probably back and get BF as well. If she does back, they ping that Sivir and Karma have most likely backed. Kenny himself backing as well.
Yeah, Tristana is going to rush Essence Reaver for sure.
Yeah, Tristana and Nami are pushing this wave out one more time before they back.
Actually, probably a little bit of a... we'll see. They're going to miss some CS because Sivir is definitely going to be able to push the wave faster than them. So by the time that they get back, the wave will definitely have already crashed into their tower.
Yeah, well, they didn't get stopped by Han, so that's good for them because that could have ended disastrously. So we continue our journey amongst the lanes. Cavendish hits the bouncing bomb and walks through all the... Oh, he gets the satchel charge. And what is that E called again? The explosive minefield. Here comes Blazing Hot. Doesn't have Ziggs, but Ziggs does have ult. They're probably looking to combo the two. So, is this going how we expected, boys?
Yeah, I'd say so. Nothing too explosive expected from the bot lane with the Sivir and the Tristana.
Cavendish and Nunu. Ornn's in there as well. Let's keep an eye up here. Here comes Kenny. We're going to probably have a scrap on the top side of the map. Kenny's looking. There's the blast plant from Cavendish. Hextech Minefield comes through. Ornn is here. There's the Nunu ult. Has to pop it early. The bomb. The ultimate from Ziggs misses everyone. Kenny gets the first blood. On the other side, we see Ornn trying to take it to the backline, but nothing to it. Cavendish trying to land those rockets onto Ziggs. Not enough. There's Ornn. Misses the Q. Flashed away by Kenny. Cavendish going in deep. Does give Vertibrae. Cavendish with Oh my goodness, 4 health, underneath 4 health on this Corgi. 2 for O and a first blood for AD Cuties.
Yeah, really unfortunate that Corgi survived with 4 health. They used a lot
2.
of summoners.
It was
to get
2.
that. Used so many summoners to get that, and actually didn't work out for them. And a little unfortunate with the... I think Blazing Hot isn't sure on where Nunu matches up into Kayn, with Kayn being super, super great early and sort of like leveling out towards the mid to late game. And Nunu's pretty much like just mid-level throughout the whole rest of the game, so Nunu's going to be down for the most part until he gets several items.
Yep. Well, bot lane is down 20 CS. Cygnus is down 20 CS under King Gold Chains. Han and the Sivir putting in a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and that's definitely due to, like I said...
Corgi does have package. He's looking at bot. Let's watch what happens. Vertibrae senses something's about. Heads down there as well. Cavendish bails on his operation.
Sivir Karma, one of the few bot lane matchups that can actually poke you while you're farming under tower with their long range res, so pretty difficult to farm under tower against that combo.
Package is gone. Alright, so we take our journey about the lanes. That being said, I didn't even notice until now, level 98 Geodude is up almost 30 CS on Tiny Tally. We saw this happen in their last series in the finals of Tempest League. It took until game 4, but it felt like level 98 Geodude finally got a grasp, a handle on Tiny Tally.
Yeah, and it's definitely very apparent now that he's
Oh, wait, so I'm going to interrupt you. Cygnus goes in with the Nami slow. King Gold Chains does survive, barely. Doesn't matter. Nunu's going to take theirs. The ult from Nunu. Not. Oh my goodness. No health on Han as well. Major unlucky. Kenny's here to keep them from pushing any further. Flashing health bars on both the Karma and the Sivir as Corgi takes down the mid lane. So close so many times.
Really unfortunate again that Karma had about 15 health.
This game being
Somebody should've
determined
gone
by the
Deathfire Touch.
slimmest of margins right now.
Should have gone Deathfire Touch.
Alright, what did Vertibrae go?
Does he have Thunderlords?
Thunderlords, yeah.
Major unluck.
Not that, I mean, Ziggs should definitely go Thunderlords, but...
Yeah, just a couple unfortunate plays there.
Alright, let's get check. There we go, let's go. Alright, so we continue along the map. 1.5k in the lead for AD Cuties. At 13-10 in the game. Nunu's looking bot once again. Gets forced away by Han. Clears the ward, knows he's tanky. He'll get rooted. Literally doesn't care. And derps around a little bit. Kenny is here, though King Goldchains has that ultimate. Does he use it here? The Blazing Hot senses the dive coming. They're under tower. Bubble misses by King Goldchain. Ult used to disengage. Here's the Nami wave. Kenny is still looking. They decide to not commit to it completely.
Really great pickup here with the Sivir into this Tristana, refusing to let her even get close to the tower to get any sort of damage on the tower.
And that is first brick going to Sivir. Jumping in again by Cygnus. Do they get the kill this time? Blazing Hot is there as we jump to the top lane. Here it comes. There's the ultimate from Nunu. Shield comes in by King Gold. Ults away. Does he flashes for the kill? Does not want to deal that with that one more time. Double kill for Tristana. Here comes the ultimate, the Mega Bomb. I don't know the name of that ability. Kenny's probably going to fall here too. Triple kill. There's the ebb and flow. Wow. Triple kill for Cygnus. 2-1-1-2. Taking his spot in this game. Knowing the team is built around him entirely almost.
The bad luck finally catching up for Team Vertibrae there, and they get the triple kill onto Cygnus. The one person who needs the most time to scale. Really going to help out.
Yeah, and this is actually shaping up to be sort of similar like the Tempest finals whenever we were originally analyzing teams, it's very apparent that AD Cuties macro game is much stronger than Vertibrae, but Vertibrae, they are excellent team fighters, and that's exactly how they just keep coming back in every single game that they play. It's just they force them into team fights, and they win in that advantage. They play to their strengths.
Oh man, the new dance.
Yeah, great return gank from Blazin there after burning both flashes bot lane.
Quick note. I want to talk about Ardent Sensor because Nami went Sightstone in boots where Karma rushed straight into that Ardent Sensor. What are your thoughts on this as a support main, Nyquil?
It's very common with Ardent supports. Everybody is bypassing Sightstone and going straight into Ardent Sensor, especially in like competitive play, where you have most of the junglers going Green Smite. So they have
Dota trying to stop this. The tower goes down. Sorry, you were saying? Oh, wait. Here comes the Nami ult. Doesn't hit on Sivir. Blazing Hot is here, though. Ults Han into the wall by Cygnus. A bit of a questionable move there as he does save him. Corki is here. King Gold Chain. And Corki does get the damage. The ultimate from Ziggs. Not enough to clean up the fight, but Ziggs is here. Lands the bouncing bob on Cavendish. Will fall to the auto from Vertibrae. Vertibrae flashes. Gets the Hextech minefield onto Han. Han walking in. Sacrifice himself. Wanting to save it from being any more death. 2 for 2. No, 1 for 2. Going in favor of a Vertibrae and the boners.
Looks like they're probably going to push down this tower as well.
And with
the tower execute and the auto attack, so definitely going to get this top tower as well.
Here it
which is
comes.
what their original goal was in the first place.
Bop. Alrighty, so 3-2 towers, 3-5 in kills. Only 700 gold separate these two teams. King Gold is here a little bit longer. Believes he is safe, knows he has his team on his side, gets that wave. Backs. Potentially, does Ziggs get away? Yes, he does, but they're hunting with Cavendish on this package.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, back to where you were talking about with the Ardent Sensor Rush, because Karma skipped her Sightstone and Kayn didn't go Green Smite, that means that they didn't have any of the vision for the rotate of Vertibrae coming up to catch out that Corki, who thought that he could keep going and was just being slowed by the Nunu ult, but actually just was being baited for the Ziggs to come up and land everything on him.
One quick note here about people who don't think farming is important. Sig up 3 kills to 0 against Sivir, down 40 CS and still down about 1,000 gold. So keep that in mind. Farming is very important.
Well, there is the Sivir did get the solo first brick gold.
That is also true.
Alright, so Tiny Tally, level 98 Geodude. It's kind of stabilized at 30. Oh, it's almost 40 CS in favor of Geodude. Finally, the IVs coming through, the EVs. He's been trained. Maybe they'll let him hit that one last level. Maybe one more rare candy.
Make sure you hit B, though. You never want to become a Graveler. That would be detrimental.
True. You've spent all this time.
All this time.
I mean, that would be real tragic. You go to the Pokemon Stadium. What is that first cup again? Oh, man.
The Poke Cup?
Is that Poke Cup?
It's too much for me. Too much for me.
Moves on to the Rift Herald here from AD Cuties. Gonna be spotted out.
Petite Cup. And there's the Ziggs bomb. Doesn't quite get much with it. It's the Petite Cup.
Oh, okay.
That's here we are.
Important info.
Hello? It is important. Mega Inferno Bomb. Maybe I'll actually not call it Mega Death Rocket. So, Tiny Tally is here. The top is grouped in. Ornn coming in on the backside will get seen by the vision. And here we go. A-Ram time. Who wins in it?
As we were talking about earlier, I mean, Vertibrae is definitely the stronger team fighting team, so I would definitely give it to them.
The Corki poke and the Sivir push could be too much to handle at this stage of the game. Corki has completed Triforce.
At this point, Ziggs wave clear should be able to handily clear these waves against the Sivir, but the Sivir ult combined with the Karma power to E might be too much movement speed for Vertibrae to deal with.
Well,
should they choose to engage.
Tristana's top. There is no ADC in the mid lane. They do have plenty of wave clear with Ziggs, but is it enough to repel a full dive? All their gold is on this Tristana, most of their gold at least. Tristana is now back with the squad, and the wave clear ARAM continues.
They're waiting for that.
Blazing hot. Gets snowball on Cavendish. There's the Valkyrie. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. Does a little bit of damage. Kenny on the backside is not Rost yet. Doesn't get the knockup, but gets Buster shotted away by Cygnus. And back to ARAM.
Yeah, Tristana really good with that self peel. Pretty short cooldown as well. Probably about a minute to a minute and a half at this stage of the game.
20 minutes and not evolved yet.
Wow, this Geodude just absolutely useless.
Dude, what?
Oh, I thought you meant he has. Oh, I thought you meant Geodude hasn't evolved into Grappler.
Oh my goodness.
There's too much Pokemon here.
Alright, well, here comes the Ornn ult. Is it to disengage? Is it to go in? We'll find out. Does knock up Corki and Karma. And we walk away. They're baiting me, NyQuil.
Baiting.
I'm getting jebaited.
Does he still not? Can I click on him and see how far he is?
I mean, he could have gotten Shadow Assassin and is just waiting for Rost. Definitely something that could have happened. Very surprising to not see him evolved yet.
Yeah, unfortunate that I can't. We can't see how far he is one way or the other.
They feel like too many players would min-max the champion if they showed you that. Actual quote from one of the designers.
Or I wish he had like a buff showing that he had one.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily like that.
Shadow Assassin is ready. It says it.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, and that's not me necessarily trying to flame. That's just exactly what Daniel Z. Klein did say. I am glad they do have that buff though. Let's see here what happens next.
So it probably means he's probably got like another minute or so before Rost is up.
Vertibrae actually does not likely want to fight for this dragon. Tristana pretty far behind in items compared to Sivir at this point. Looks like he's backing now, probably to pick up that IE.
Oh, Kenny is looking for the engage. Doesn't have Rost. Does not have the knockup. Goes in anyways. Ults onto Blazing Hot. Cart package comes in from Corki. Onto no one. Mega Inferno Rocket drops Cavendish chunked very low. King Gold Chain as well. And now Tristana is here. Tiny Tally's on the backline. Nami ult to disengage. Blazing Hot's looking to go in. Walks away, goes in. Kenny on the backside. Gonna avoid the bubble. Ornn ult coming through. Knocks up only Tiny Tally. Where's the rest of the squad? This is a very extended team fight of Poke. No knockup, no CC coming out landing for level 98 Geodude. Banned from Dota, misses the bubble. And here we are continuing to scrap a bit around this Infernal Drake. See what happens.
And Corki picked up the blue buff there, so took it away from Vertibrae, and they're unable to continue this fight. Unless they can pick on somebody.
Cygnus had back there, so pretty good job disengaging by Vertibrae, because they definitely did not want to take that fight.
Yep, and now Vertibrae himself is backing. But they're not turning on the Infernal, they are unawares. Oh, Kenny is taking a peek, sees that they're all gone, and they immediately turn to Infernal Drake.
Nunu does have Flash.
Oh no, he's not going to go for that. That could be Baron potentially as they walk away strong. And it appears as... Shadow Assassin has to be available soon.
You mean Rost?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably for sure got it now. Might just be clearing out a couple camps to get one more item, to finish an item, and then hopefully we'll have Rost.
Cavendish is clearing the mid wave. Top lane is pushing for AD Cuties, I believe, while bot lane, I want to say that's going to go AD Cuties, but Ornn is going to pick it up regardless, and Tristana's going to take that top lane.
Interesting to look at AD Cuties team comp here. Pretty big lack of crowd control. So if it does come down to a 50-50 Baron, and Nunu has his Flash available, it's almost certainly going to go to Blazing Hot.
All right, let's keep an... Oh, flash burn from Vertibrae. King Gold Chain does follow through and take that. Key spell Kenny has still not evolved. Rost is available. He spots it. Goodbye, Kane. Hello, Rost. That weapon was so cumbersome or whatever he says.
What time are you at?
I'm at 25:05. 25:06. Michael, are you not even with us right now?
It froze a little bit, so then I moved it to current, and now it's ahead of you guys.
Awkward. Awkward stuff.
Okay, I'm at 25:20.
I'm about a second or two ahead, which is totally fine. You guys get the spoilers a second ahead. Alright, so here we are. Here comes the siege once again. Han still able to put out a little bit of poke damage, but Cavendish definitely with the big ones in the rockets. That was a big... Orin's going in here, knocks up Han. Kenny's on the backline once again. Level 98 Geodude's on his own. Mega Inferno Rock Bomb has come out. Nami ult to disengage. Geodude Blazing Hot taken extremely low. King Gold Chain misses the Boomerang Blade. Level 98 Geodude gets popped. Cavendish takes a couple turret shots, is going to be okay. King Gold Chain takes one himself. And the siege continues as in a 4v5. Kenny on the backside does get the knockup on Ban from Dota and pops him. Blazing Hot tries to ult in vain. Cygnus looks to be next. Kenny will most likely fall here to the tower, and indeed does. Cygnus gets the kill. Jumps onto Cavendish. Ultimate way just a second too soon. Maybe one more auto, but didn't want to die there. Cavendish extremely low. King Gold Chain looking around still. This Tristana could hop over potentially. Doesn't have flash or heal. Doesn't want to take that chance. 4 against 2 right now is Vertibrae and Cygnus 2-1-1-2 trying to hold the mid tier 2.
Great
Really
exhaust.
unfortunate. Yeah, I was gonna say that exhaust saved his life. The execute from Tristana's ult would have 100% killed Corki. But he got exhausted and just pushed away.
Yeah,
Feels
Kane
bad.
coming up huge in that fight. Just diving onto the backline and
The knockup finally falling through. Again, Kane is disrespecting the magic damage. Kenny appearing to go probably another Randuin's. I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan. I feel like Spear of is just such a huge spike for Kane. You not only get your 40% CDR, but you get that insane passive with your heal on Rost. I just feel like it's too invaluable for what you're trying to do. Especially
Yeah,
if you...
Also,
I mean,
Go
'cause
ahead.
it doesn't feel like you should go Merc Treads this game either. You can go Tabbies and be fine.
yeah, there's not too much like hard CC, which is majority of the reason why you would want to go Merc Treads. The slows aren't too terrible to avoid, especially because he has gap closers. But what I was gonna say is, like, in that mid fight.
Oh, Vertibrae tries to get out. That's 2 autos worth of damage there onto Vertibrae. Blazing Hawk is going to get caught out here as well. Smite comes out. He is a very tanky Nunu. Doesn't matter to the percent health damage from this Kane. Does fall. Cygnus forced to jump away, and they're continuing their siege. What's 2-3? It's like a 4-1, but different.
Like
And-
a 4-1, but different.
And we have a DC on the side of Vertebrae and the Boners. Oh my goodness.
and
That
we have a
Corki
Corki
sound.
rattling going.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
No sign of stopping anytime soon.
I am muting the game for all parties involved, but I will unmute it if anyone in chat misbehaves. I'm warning you. I'll do it. So, state of the game. 4,000 gold, almost 3.5 up for AD Cuties at 28 minutes in this game. Does
Yeah,
Vertibrae? Could Vertibrae come back here?
I mean, definitely. I think that their team fighting prowess is still exceptional. Vertebrae is on a comfort pick. His control mages are really difficult to deal with. Ziggs being one of the better control mages in the game at the moment, even though control mages aren't necessarily in meta. And so, especially like in that fight around blue buff, if Vertebrae hadn't run out of mana, would have been a really different fight for them down there whenever they lost the Infernal Drake. Because he had run out of mana, and then that's the only reason why they didn't win that fight. And but I think AD Cuties just need to more push their advantage and objectives in that mid fight when Kane dived into the backline. I think they should have just more pressured the tower instead of diving back there. And then, as you see, the mid tower is still up, so didn't really get much for that.
Top tier 2 does fall. Mid tower maybe next, and there it is. 2 towers. That lead ballooning up to 5,000 now in favor of AD Cuties as they continue the siege on this inhib turret mid. Blazing Hot is still down. Lockett. I mean, he's looking to get the Knight's Vow pretty soon. Does he have enough? He is about 200 away from that Knight's Vow. That's going to... I mean, they're every egg. You have Vertibrae to wave clear and waiting for Cygnus to scale. That's the game plan right now, correct?
Yep, that's pretty much going to be the win condition. Getting that Blood Boil and that Knight's Vow onto the Tristana, getting her to level 18 as soon as possible, and letting her go ham from there. But, in point, looking at how much pressure... that AD Cuties is exerting.
Noticing a little bit of lull in the pressure, pushing out just a little bit. Here comes the bush camp. It's into banana. There it comes. Sivir ult goes in. They're collapsing onto level 98 Geodude. Level 98 Geodude is very tanky. Nami ult in perfect place. Here comes Ornn ult. Takes his time, gets it onto the backline, straight into the Inferno Rocket. Han falls. Cavendish has to bail. King Goldchain tries to go on the backline. It's not enough. Kane will probably kill. No, does not kill. Level 98 Geodude does stay alive. Another kill onto Kenny. 2 for 0 currently. They're looking to continue the chase. Blazing Hot going on to Sivir. Spell shields the snowball. Oh my goodness, that's an amazing amount of damage. Corki tries to get a little bit more damage in, but gets punished for it. Cygnus on the chase, and there's the kill. It is at 4-0 in favor of Vertibrae and the Boners as they turn onto Baron.
Once again, that team fighting from Vertibrae and the Boners just shining through, able to keep Cygnus safe the entire fight with the Nami heals, with the Nunu peel, and just absolutely massacring AD Cuties in that team fight.
Which is exactly what I was talking about, is that AD Cuties really shining in their macro game, and you can tell that with the amount of towers that they've taken. But then that team fight prowess coming out of Vertibrae.
Oh no, band! Oh. Sorry. Do you guys ever miss the neck faces out of Baron?
Neck faces?
You don't remember the neck faces? They became actual secondary faces on mouths on Baron.
Oh, yes, unfortunately, I do remember now.
Good times. Alright, so 1.2k in the lead still for AD Cuties. They do not have Baron. Dragon is being looked at by Vertibrae and the Boners. ADC at topside. Can't imagine they get too much contestation out of this.
Excellent use of the word contestation.
I don't even know if it's a real word, but here we are once again. Corki trying to push out the mid lane. It seems like this is going to come down to a bunch of team fights, and that plays to Vertibrae's strength. Corki is a little bit out of position, but backs off anyways.
Yeah, Tristana at this point in the game has hit her 3-item spike. She's level 14. You're running out of time on the side of AD Cuties.
Yeah, to be fair, Sivir does scale harder than Tristana does.
Yep. Have you ever never heard of the 500 CS Sivir win condition?
True, very true. Which Goldchain is on his way there. So.
Yep, and Ardent Sensor. I mean, does Ardent Sensor make it 450?
Probably more closer to 400. Honestly, I mean, Ardent Sensor is a free Borg, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. Well, both ADs do indeed have Ardent Sensor. This team fight's gonna basically come down to who kills the AD first.
You also have the Knight's Vow on the side of Vertibrae, though.
Oh, Kenny's digging on the backline, catches no one with the knockup, and walks away through the wall, though. Alright, Vertibrae is chunked just a little bit. The tower getting forced low. So, wind does the trigger get pulled.
For AD Cuties, this is definitely not the comp that you want to go into with a Baron buff, sieging towers. Because basically from about half health, the tower can go down from a Tristana bomb and a Ziggs bomb.
Now let's take a look here. Oh man. Oh! Good shield out of Han. Saves the entire...
Shield and Locket.
Yeah, saves her entire team from the Mega Inferno Bomb. Is it enough of Sivir ults to try and get away, and sensing they're out of position just a little bit? Sivir, let's see, continue the Sivir and Corki wave clear. Let's take a look here. When can that... 30% of the health of the structures when it will get popped by Satchel Charge as of right now.
Baron buff, probably about 10-15 seconds left.
And,
Or
I mean, this
actually
wave
more like
clear
30.
coming in huge. Sivir wave clear is no joke. As they force back this Baron push, only losing 1 tower in total to the Baron. Still 2k in the lead for AD Cuties, but at this point in the game, with the way the items are panning out, that's maybe... I mean, that's literally... Where is that? Can that even be shown anywhere? Just kind of spread out, so... It's a very even game. Oh my gosh, King Goldchain being aggressive in his positioning once more. Does use the spell shield to get out. Bubble misses. Tiny Tally and Han keeping him alive. Blazing Hot taking quite a bit of poke out of Cavendish, despite all his locket. Kenny looking for the flank. Gets the knock up on Nunu. Is that who you want to engage on level 98 Geodude? Looking to try disengage. Gets the ult. Nunu ult does come through. Knocks him out. Tanks are taken dangerously low. Kenny will, Tiny Tally will fall. Kenny has to walk away. Han, Cavendish, and King Goldchain's trying to run away for their lives. 1 for nothing on the engage chosen by AD Cuties.
Yeah, aggressive flash there from Sig in the middle of the fight, but unable to pick up anything with it.
King Goldchain's playing up very far, but kind of taking a bit of the Juggermaw type of approach, thinking the Han shields will keep him alive. They did that with the Kog'Maw last game as well. Just let the Sivir walk up, knowing that with the spell shield and the Karma shield, she will stay alive. But that's a Tristana, massive amount of damage onto Sivir. She falls. Kenny's going to go next. Han and Cavendish have to run for their lives. They're going to lose so many towers off of this following push.
And that is why I take the level 15 Tristana over the Sivir. Just the mobility and the burst from the Tristana is immense at this stage of the game.
That was an incredible Tristana play. Really, really aware of how much damage that Sig knew that he could do, and
also jumping out.
Yeah,
right
instantly
before he got
Sivir.
Alrighty, literally and there's another turret. Even in towers, even in gold. I feel like we've been here before.
We have been here before.
We've been here for quite a while.
36 minutes in the game, almost.
We've got dragons coming up.
Despite having a bit of a gold advantage up until this point for most of the game, AD Cuties have felt like they're on the back foot. Can they take control of this game still? Do they still have that opening?
Yeah, it's really going to take a really great team fight from Sivir here. Really going to have to step up and look for the 5-man triple crit from the W empowered.
She's getting close to that state. Tiny Tally finds himself some new friends. Bubble lands. Does he get out? This might be the fight, but not the fight they want. Nami and Ormo comes in through. Han will die. Tiny Tally does get out. What do they lose for it? Elder Dragon is up in 46. Baron in 31. Looks like they're turning towards the Elder Dragon. It's going to come to a Miracle Smite out of Kenny, or maybe some Miracle Poke out of Cavendish, who does have that Rapid Fire Cannon now, and his IE. See what happens. Cygnus is poking them on the backside. Sivir ult burned. They're trying to do as much damage as they can. Redemption comes through from Nami. Heals the entire damage that was given out by AD Cuties just now. Just trying to stall, maybe a little bit. Hopefully Karma gets here in time so they can have those shields in the ensuing team fight. Because they cannot let Vertibrae get this Elder Dragon. That's basically the game. So here we go. Elder Dragon time. Pull it out a little bit. Doesn't matter.
They're going to go
AD
for the
Cuties
Baron.
going to go for Baron instead. Baron is live now. Do they have enough time? Do they have enough damage to take this Baron buff down? They do have Infernal. We'll see what that means. Baron is down to 4,000. Nunu's not going to get there in time, so Baron for an Elder Dragon. Who wins this trade?
I think it's an interesting story that says about each team, is that Vertibrae knows that their team fighting is better, so they go for the team fighting objective on the map, and AD Cuties knows that their macro is better, so they're going for the macro objective on the map.
Well, I feel like it was more just like, we see them at Elder, we got to take something, otherwise we lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, and the sad thing about that is that
Baron lasts longer.
Baron does last longer, and it keeps them from pushing the towers. The wave clear was bad enough, but now empowered minions is going to be even worse.
Yep,
So.
and if I reading this correct, let's pull up Blaze in here. Elder is already a third up, down.
Yeah,
Guardian's
they're going to
Angel
have to team
on Silver
fight.
as well now. It's going to be very difficult to take her out in these team fights.
Yeah, if I'm AD Cuties, you're correct me if I'm wrong. You're thinking of just kind of yes, we're pushed up. Don't fight. Just wave clear. Use the Baron buff to get maybe a few towers, but do nothing but wave clear. And walk away as soon as something walks towards you.
Definitely wait out that Elder Dragon buff.
Yeah, though it is only an Ocean Drake on it, so it's just kind of more the burn that you're afraid of right now at this point in time. They turn towards this tower. Bubble misses. Kenny on the side just trying to get some poke in. And here it is. They walk away. No wave, no problem. We're just going to wait out this buff here given to them by the Elder Dragon. So here we go. Top waves is going to push towards Vertibrae's favor. Is that enough, though, to dissuade this AD Cuties push? Corki is on the side. Is going to get stopped a little bit by the Ornn. Does get the tower. And that is a tier 2 in the bot lane for AD Cuties as they begin to disengage. Backs coming through with an empowered recall. Ornn is going with the ult. Does try to stop it. Sivir backs out. I think she burns Flash. They're looking to gather around the blast plant. Doesn't work. Here comes the Mega Death Rocket. Here comes the...
One-shot Sivir with that.
Yeah, Sivir's dead. That's the wave clear. A bit of... I mean, I don't want to say it's an overstay, but they're getting chased down. Kenny is probably next as he gets a redemption. No, it's redemption from Nami!
The redemption into the burn.
And that's going to be maybe game. It's going to come down to Cavendish. Can he hold? Can him and his Karma and Garen hold against this 5-man squad of Vertibrae and his erections? Inhib is up. They have Inhib tower.
It's going to be mid and top here that they're going to
Cavendish. I mean, that's Inhib tower gone already unless they is suicidal. Goodbye tower. 12 seconds on Sivir.
Top here. Yeah.
Yeah, roam to top side. Take that tower on your way out. Get some extra gold.
I think they might actually try and push for the Inhib here as well.
Yep, and this could be the game-deciding team fight. Match point is on the line. If AD Cuties fall here, there's playoffs. Their season is done. Winner goes to face Cloud Genesis in the semifinals, but that's not on their minds right now. What's on their minds is this current game. Blue buff is here. Does the fight over blue buff? Nope, blue buff goes to Nunu as they're sweeping out. Kayn is pushing out mid lane. King Goldchains does have ult. They do not commit to the chase. We take a moment to reset. 41 minutes in the game. It's 1,000 gold lead for Vertibrae and the Boners. 1 tower and an inhib up for them.
Yeah, after all that, surprising to see only 1k gold lead for Vertibrae, showing just how close this game actually is.
And GA is, on cooldown for the Sivir. And she's at full build. Sivir's at full build. There's the 400 CS wins condition Sivir. Right there. Do we agree with this build out of her?
Yeah, I think it's the Mortal Reminder is very important for that. The Nami heal at this point, with the
Ardent Sensor,
Athenes, is just absolutely monstrous. Like, can instantly full heal somebody.
Yeah, as well as the Nunu consume. We're going to be healing a huge amount of his health. I would maybe like to see the Static Shiv sold for another attack speed item, either the Fire Cannon or the Phantom Dancer.
Well, I mean, she's just been on wave clear duty. Wouldn't Static Shiv help with that?
Yeah, eventually for those late game team fights, though, I would like to see maybe Phantom Dancer for max DPS.
Well, she's backing now. She has 532 and probably just getting herself an elixir. And I'm assuming that's what she did. Yes, it was. Look, here we are gearing up for the final team fights. I mean, gold lead does not matter right now. It's who's going to play these team fights the best. Corki does not have near as much items as Ziggs. Still a couple items away. It's very curious.
Also, keep in mind that they also do have the Ornn upgrades as well, so...
All right, well, here we go. They're looking for it. Looking onto Blazing Hot. Blazing Hot's on his own. Garen does go on to the Nami. Cygnus is forced out a little bit. Blazing Hot gets taken very low. The redemption does come through. Ornn ult with the Nami ult. This could be massive. Ornn does not get his ult. Mega Inferno Rocket comes through. Kayn falls here. Garen is looking to be next. It's on Gold Chains, Han and Cavendish. Can they hold the base? I'm judging by the amount of viewers we still have on the stream that this game goes a little bit longer, though, as the teams have not popped into the stream yet. Oh, Cygnus gets popped. That's GA. Just gone. They're trying to save her. She does get out. Tristana does get out. King Goldchains is hit that critical point here. It's going to come down to who's going to crit. RNG, baby. Very low champions out of Vertibrae and the Boners. There's the rockets coming through as we see the poke from Vertibrae's side. We're just going to take this off here for a second. Here we go. Here comes the siege. Whew. The ADCs just critting at each other. Orin's ultimate comes through. Doesn't appear to land on anyone, but they zones him away. This top inhib tower does fall. Sivir trying to best to wave clear. They're pushing in. Sivir ult does come through. He's using it all onto level 98 Geodude. But Corki destroys Nami. Cygnus is going to be the next target. Orin falls here. Cygnus will, heals burn. Rocket jumps away. Kenny is on to Vertibrae. Vertibrae will follow, even though he uses his Zanyas. It is a 3-0. Tristana and Nunu have to run.
That's really unfortunate timing, too, because the Baron's coming up right now.
Yeah, gonna have to give that one over unless Blazin doesn't have his flash available. Not gonna be able to go for the hero play.
Yep, but with this Baron, what can AD Cuties do with their Baron? They're turning to go for mid instead.
Yeah, 40-second timer on Vertibrae and 30 seconds on Geodude. Not really anything to stop them at this point.
And they know that with the Nunu, that could be a 50-50 smite. Maybe not too sure on the timer. Let Tiny Tally tank it. Your ADC is so far ahead. It does matter a little bit. It does have that bonus defensive stats on it right now, but Tiny, Blazing Hot, and Cygnus, no, they can't take this fight. This inhib will fall. They're going to turn immediately to Baron as there's 18 seconds left on Ziggs. Corki is up. Waves are pushing in. They have super minions in 2 lanes for Vertibrae and the Boners. I believe... No, AD Cuties is taking the time.
I actually think this was a really bad call.
I agree. The Baron was free.
The Baron was super free.
Well, here it is. Blazing Hot. There's the ultimate Corki package onto the backline. He does pop. Ban from Dota. Cygnus is very low. Kenny is on to Cygnus. Nunu falls. It is a 4-on-5 right now. Mega Inferno Rocket pops the backline for AD Cuties. Is it enough, though? Ban from Dota just getting destroyed by Cavendish. It is currently a 2-0. Is there more? Kenny is taking so much damage. He might fall here in the back, and Hanan does keep him alive. 2-0. Do they turn to Baron, or do they push the mid lane? Let's see what happens next. Cavendish does seem to be saying they're going for the end. Vertibrae getting destroyed by Cavendish. It is 3 members down, 4 Vertibrae in the Boners. They're chasing onto Cygnus. If Cygnus dies here, it is the game. No minions as of yet. Supers in the base. Tiny Tally and Kenny are staying in the base to save it from supers. They're going to go for the end here, hoping for the crit, hoping for the pop on Cygnus. If they get that, that is game. King Goldchains is looking at Cygnus, using the red buff onto the tower. Cygnus is probing. Here comes the Orn ultimate. Teleport used by Tiny Tally to keep that super minion away. Cavendish is just destroying Cygnus. Here it is. This is going to be the game. Going into game 3, 4 semifinals. Ziggs will be up, but it's not going to be enough. The Nexus falls. Game 3.
Clutched exhaust there on Cygnus at the end from Cavendish. Really unfortunate. I don't think Cygnus remembered that the mid laner had exhaust, so...
Let's take a second as the teams are probably... I don't know. Let's take a second to rewind. Let's watch that sequence in full a little bit here. If the video game will let me rewind it. So here we are, watching it at about 43 minutes. We're just going to kind of take a quick fast track here. Speed up through this a little bit. So this game of crits coming in a little bit through the ADCs. Yes, they lose the top inhib, but they see the moment. The health bars are low. The Corki just comes in on the side and pops Nami. Level 98 Geodude is next, and then the chase comes through. Nothing much more going to come out of it except they do kill Vertibrae. So then we have this question, as you were talking about. We see they go for this inhib. We weren't too sure about that. Would rather see the Baron. But this is, I mean, they go for the bait here. The red buff is on Nami. Blazing Hot does get face check, and this package, again, Cavendish carries these last few minutes. This package separating Tristana from Nami and Nunu. Blazing Hot will fall here, picking him off, and Ban from Dota has to bail immediately. 2 ults burned already. Tristana buffers with the rocket jump to get out. Redemption comes through. Not much more here. Great ult from Vertibrae. So we continue watching this extended sequence. The Cavendish, once again, this is a name we're going to hear a lot here. Cavendish comes in on the backside, pops Ban from Dota. Kenny stays just a little bit too long. but he gets saved by Han. And then Corki just continuing Cavendish. Again, continuing this immense amount of poke here. And again, Vertibrae not respecting that damage, and Cavendish just destroys him with the rapid fire cannon. King Goldchain and Cavendish, they just force the matter onto Cygnus, forces him out, then continue to pressure the turret. Super minis are going to come in through this mid lane any second now as we see it happen in a little bit speed up time. So here we go, the siege happens, and Cygnus knows he's got to make the crits happen. He's got to destroy Sivers, got to destroy Cavendish, but there's just no opening here. They're just too strong, and you just see the damage right there. I don't even think, like, even if he does kill Cavendish, Sivir is still alive, and he'll be able to destroy the Tristana, and that's just game right there.
Yeah, maybe that top lane inhib for Vertibrae was a bit of an overreach. After getting the tower, could have backed off there, but choosing to go for the inhibitor and being heavily punished and ultimately losing the game.
Another close one out of both of these squads. Cavendish coming in huge in those late game team fights. Those late game team fights.
Yeah, quarterfinals hype for sure.
Yeah, here we are going into game 3. I mean, chat, let me know how you feel. I'm excited. This is a grudge match. Both of these teams, Vertibrae is not happy about being 3-1'd in the finals of Tempest League and wants to be the ones that says, AD Cuties, you're only a top 8 team in this league, not top 4.